here we go. Is this my water?
Yes.
Thank you. Everybody ready? You're not on the right page. Page 28.
28페이지 그리고 주로 앞에 봐야 되라. 앞에 버레쌤이 다 준비해 놓으셨으니까 이제 시작합니다. 시작.
Okay, here we go. Good to see you again. Number 31. Oh. Where'd it go? Okay, well, I'll just do 31 here, and then we'll start with 32. So, number 31. Don't look at this. There we go. I'm hungry. Are there any leftovers in the fridge? Sure. There's some pizza left over from last night. Great. I'm starved. Is it okay if I eat it all? I'd prefer if you didn't. We're supposed to go to the Johnsons next door for dinner. Right, I forgot. I'll just eat one slice. I better not spoil my appetite. Yeah, they'll be really offended if you don't eat much at their place. Question: what are they doing in the conversation? Well, from the first line, they say, I'm hungry. Are there any leftovers in the fridge? So right there, they're talking about food and being hungry. And so he wants to eat something. And A, discussing what the man can eat for a snack is the best answer because he just wants a slice of pizza from last night, which would be a snack. And since he's going to dinner soon at the Johnsons next door, we know that he can only eat a little bit before going to dinner. So that's why A is the best answer. 32. Okay. I'm considering putting in a vegetable garden this year. What do you think? I don't know. That's an awful lot of work, and you've already got a full-time job. Just a small garden, it wouldn't take that much work, and it would be nice to have fresh vegetables. But we can get fresh vegetables at the grocery store, and it's a lot less work. It's not just the same as getting vegetables from your own garden, though. Well, if you've got your heart set on it, I guess it wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't mind helping out a little either. Question: what is the topic of the conversation? A, the high cost of store-bought vegetables. A is not correct because they're not talking about how high all the costs are. They're just talking about costs in general. So A is no good. B, a list of what to buy at the grocery store. No, they're not making a list, so that's not the best answer. And C, landscaping for the yard next year. No, not that. They're not landscaping, they're just talking about a garden. Landscaping would be the whole yard, but they're just talking about one little garden plot. And D, whether or not the woman should put in a garden. Yeah, D's the best answer. And you can find that answer just in the first line. I'm considering putting in a vegetable garden this year. What do you think? So she's just asking the opinion on whether or not she should put in the garden. So D is your best answer. There's 31. They must have got switched over.
It's okay, no problem at all.
33. Alright. I can't decide which of these shirts I should buy. What do you think? Well, I really like the purple one. But do you have any clothes that will go with it? That black suit I just bought should go nicely. Or my gray suit. In that case, I think the purple shirt is better. It's a nice color on you. It's a little cheaper than the blue one as well. Good for you. That makes it even better. And the question is, what are they talking about? Well, the first line he says, I can't decide which one of these shirts should I buy. What do you think? So in the first line, we know he's trying to decide what shirt he should buy, and he's asking his friend's opinion. And A, discussing which shirt the man should buy, is that. You can figure out the answer just from the first line, from what he says. That'll tell you the whole pace of the conversation. B, discussing the man's preference for suits. He's not talking about suits. In the first line, he's talking about shirts, not suits. And C, comparing different shirt prices at the store. He's comparing shirts, not shirt prices. So if it was just shirts, it'd be correct, but he doesn't care about the price so much as just the color of the shirt or the kind of shirt. So C is not correct. D, looking for more brightly colored clothes. He's not looking for brighter clothes, he's just looking for the right kind of shirt for him. So again, A is your best answer. And you can get that just from the first line, really. 34. I'm exhausted. I've been on my feet all day and I could use a break. What were you doing? Your job usually requires you to sit at your desk. Yes, but I had to go to a bunch of meetings and give some presentations. Was that today? I completely forgot. How many presentations did you have to do? 3 in total, and each one lasted for an hour. Now I just want to relax and watch TV. That works for me. I'll order some food and we can take it easy. Question. What is the purpose of the conversation? The purpose of the conversation. So, to decide what kind of food to order. No, they're not really talking about food. They're talking about why the man's so tired. So, A is not right. B, to talk about how the woman is overworked. B is almost correct because she does talk about how she's so tired from working so much. But it's not the best answer. We'll see why in a second. C, to discuss what the woman did today that made her so tired. Yeah. So in the first line she says, I've been on my feet all day and could use a break. And the man asks, what were you doing? So the whole conversation is about why is she tired? What did she do to make her tired? And C, to discuss what the woman did today that made her so tired. And for 34, the question is, what's the purpose of the conversation? So when you have a question about purpose, you won't be able to find the answer in just the first line of the speech. You're going to have to see the whole thing. But if the question is, what are they talking about? You can use a shortcut. Like in 33, the question is, what are they talking about? You can figure that out from the first line or just the second line. So if you're short on time in the test, you can use that trick for the what are they talking about or what's the main idea. But if it's a purpose question, you have to look at more detail. Okay, 35. Do you know where my Wilkins CD is? I can't find it anywhere. Didn't you lend it? Didn't you lend that to Jeremy a while back? Oh, that's right. I forgot. That was quite a while ago, wasn't it? At least 6 months. I think he borrowed it to play at his housewarming party. I wonder why he hasn't given it back to me yet. He probably forgot about it, same as you. Question. What are they doing in the conversation? So this is like, what are they talking about? Same kind of question. So, in the first line he asks, do you know where my Wilkins CD is? I can't find it anywhere. And the woman replies, did you lend that to Jeremy a while back? So, what are they doing? What are they doing in the conversation? A, yelling at Jeremy for stealing his CDs. No, they're not yelling at Jeremy. Jeremy's not there. So how can they yell at him? So A is wrong. B, talking about what to bring to a housewarming. No, they're talking about the CD and where did it go. So B is wrong. C, thinking about buying some new CDs. No, they're not trying to buy a new CD. They're trying to find an old CD. So C is really wrong. And D, discussing what happened to the man's CDs. Yeah, he wants to know where his CDs went. You can find that from the first 2 lines. So, 36. Are you going out? Better put a jacket on. What for? It doesn't look that cold out. I think it's over 20 degrees. Yes, but you probably won't get back until late. It'll be much cooler then. But I don't have a decent jacket for fall weather. I just have winter coats. What about your jean jacket? That should be warm enough. All right, I'll go find it and bring it along. What is the topic of the conversation? So what's this about? A, the man needs a new jacket. No, he doesn't need a new jacket. They're talking about, should he wear a jacket? He has a jacket, but he doesn't know if he should wear it. So A is not right. B, what the man should wear outside? Yes. So they're debating, how hot is it? Is it 20 degrees? What temperature is it? Should I wear a jacket? Yes, no. So they're talking about why, or if he should or should not wear a jacket outside. So B is your best answer. See how the temperature is changing. This is just one small part of it. So the temperature affects whether or not he should wear the jacket. But this is too specific. It's not the general idea. It's not the topic. The topic of the whole thing is about wearing the jacket or wearing clothes outside. So C is incorrect. D, why the man will get a cold later. Again, that's just secondary to what he's going to wear. So if it's too cold and he doesn't wear enough, he might get a cold. But that's not the main topic. The main topic is what he's going to wear. 37. I can't decide what to get Lynn for her birthday. Got any ideas? You can't go wrong with flowers. How about a dozen roses? I got her that last year. I was hoping to get her something a little more special. Now that we're married. Well, she likes the opera and classical music. Why not get tickets to the concert and take her along? Say, that's not a bad idea. I think the Russian Philharmonic is coming soon. Perfect. Take her for dinner and a concert. That's a wonderful gift. And the question is, which of the following is correct about the man? So what's correct? So this has to do with facts. So we have to look at the whole thing. So A, he's not married yet. No, we don't know about that one. So A is not the best answer. B, he will buy opera tickets. Not opera tickets, Philharmonic tickets. It's different. So he's going to go see a musical, but not an opera. So that's a little tricky because they're similar but different. So B is not exactly right. C, he's throwing a birthday party. He's not throwing a birthday party, he's celebrating the birthday by giving a gift. That's different than throwing a party, so C is wrong. D, he gave Lynn flowers last year. Yes, he gave her roses last year, so now he wants to do something different. That's what the whole thing's about. So he's trying to think about what's a good idea other than flowers. So D is your best answer. 38. I don't know what's wrong. My apple tree didn't produce any apples this year. Have you ever had that problem before? No, never. We usually get several boxes of yellow apples. I don't really know much about trees. Do you think it needs more water or pruning or something? Unfortunately, I don't know much about trees either. Maybe I should call someone. Yeah, a horticulturalist, or someone who knows about landscaping might be able to help you. Question, which of the following is correct according to the conversation? So again, fact-finding. Specifics. So A, the tree didn't produce any apples. Yeah, A is the best one. In the first line, he says, my apple tree didn't produce any apples this year. That's the whole problem that starts the conversation. Everything else is not true. It's false in some way. But this is the first one, and it's also in the first line of the question. So that one you can figure out really quickly. $39. Hello, Carlsbad Regency Hotel. How may I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a hotel room for me, my husband, and our 2 sons. Would you prefer a hotel room or one of our cabins? Oh, I didn't know you had cabins. What exactly is in them, and what do they cost? They have 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a small kitchen, and a living room, and they cost about $50 more than a double room. Oh, that sounds good. Then we can save money by making some meals in the cabin. I prefer that. Question, which of the following is correct to the conversation? The woman needs to book 2 rooms. No, not 2 rooms. 1 room with 2 bedrooms. So she's looking for 1 place to book, so A is wrong. B, the woman decided to book a cabin. Yeah, she chose to book a cabin in the story. So B is your best answer. C, the family needs to save money. They don't need to save money, but they prefer to save money on cooking. So they don't have a need, they just like to save. So C is a little off. Needs is what makes it wrong. D, the woman will book 2 cabins. No, she's only booking 1 cabin. The cabin has more than 1 room, but it's just 1 cabin. 40. I can't believe this pile of dishes. It seems to get worse every day. Yeah, the kids really do go through a lot. Maybe it's time to get a dishwasher. That would be really helpful. But where would we put it? We'd probably have to do a little remodeling, but maybe we could take out the cupboards under the microwave. It would be really great if we could find a way to put one in. All these dishes are driving me nuts. I'll look into it. There has to be a way that we can manage it. Why does the couple need a dishwasher? So why do they need a dishwasher? Well, in the beginning, they say they have so many dishes, a big pile that gets worse every day because of the kids. So A, because their old dishwasher is broken. No, not because of that. They don't have one yet. And they have lots of dirty dishes, so that's not the correct answer. B, because the kids don't wash their dishes. It's not because they don't wash them, it's just because they go through dishes too quickly. So B is not right. C, because the kitchen needs remodeling. No, they're talking about dishes, not remodeling. D, because they have too many dirty dishes. Yes. The kids go through dishes too quickly, and they have a big pile of dishes. That's why they need the dishwasher. It will help them wash more quickly. 41. Are you going to the store later? I'd like you to pick up a few things for me. Sure. What do you need? I can add it to the list. I'd like some AAA batteries, and I need some more of my body wash. Do they sell batteries at the grocery store? Sure. They usually have them at the checkout counter or maybe in the home hardware section. Okay, I'll see if I can find them, but I don't want to waste a lot of time looking. Question. Which of the following is correct according to the conversation? So A, the man needs batteries and body wash. Yeah, he asked his friend for batteries and body wash. That's true. B, the grocery store doesn't carry batteries. We don't know, actually, because they're debating. One says, does it carry batteries? The other guy says, yes, but maybe they don't have batteries that day. So we really don't know for B. So B is wrong. C, the woman doesn't like shopping. They never talked about the personal preferences, whether they like shopping or not. So this is kind of unrelated. D, the woman is at the checkout counter. No, she's not at the checkout counter. She hasn't even been to the store yet. So how can she be there at the checkout counter if she's not at the store? 42. My allergies are really bothering me these days. It must be the weather. I think it's pretty common in the springtime. There's more pollen and things. Actually, my allergies are usually worse in the fall because I'm most allergic to dust. I see. I suppose there's a lot more dust when the leaves fall off the trees. Exactly. But there hasn't been much rain this spring, so there's a lot of dust these days too. What a pain. I'm glad I don't suffer from any allergies. Question. Which of the following is correct according to the conversation? So fact-finding again. A, the woman is allergic to trees. No, she's not allergic to trees. She's allergic to other things. Pollen. So pollen is a part of trees, not the actual tree itself. So A is wrong. B, her allergies are worse in the spring. No. It's common in the springtime, but it doesn't say that her allergies are worse, so B is wrong. C, the woman is allergic to dust. Very good, because she says, actually, my allergies are usually worse in the fall because I'm allergic to dust. So even if she was allergic to pollen, the trees would still be wrong. She's not allergic to trees, she's allergic to pollen. And she states that she's allergic to dust, so this is the best answer. That's the true fact. The friend guesses that she's allergic to pollen, but it's not. It's dust. Because most people are allergic to pollen. But in this case, she's allergic to dust. D, there was a lot of rain this spring. No, they did not mention the rain. They're just talking about the weather in general. So D is incorrect. 43. Can you call the computer maintenance department? My computer's not working again. What's the problem with it? I hope it isn't the hard drive. I don't think so. It's the second monitor. I can't get the computer to switch over to it. I'll give them a ring, but I'm not sure anyone has time right now since they're upgrading the server. Great, how am I supposed to get my work done if I can't access both monitors? Let me talk to someone in the computer department and see what they say before you worry about that. Question. What can be inferred from the conversation? So what can we guess as true from this? A, the man has too many computers at his desk. No, he doesn't mention that. This has something more to do with his monitors. He keeps talking about his monitors, his screens. So maybe that's the case. So A is not right. B, the computer people are very busy right now because of the server upgrade. Yeah. So he's looking for help, but he can't get it right now because of the server upgrade. So that's the best answer. C, the woman wants the man to call computer maintenance himself. No, that's not true. She can do it for him. D, computer maintenance is understaffed. They didn't mention that they're understaffed. It's just that they're really busy this time. So this, we don't know if it's really true or not. Probably not. It's just that this day they're busy. So that means that this one, we can't really know for sure, so D's wrong. B, this is the best answer because we know the whole team is working on the server upgrade. 44. I'm getting tired of looking for a decent apartment. It's hard to find anything in my price range. Yes, the real estate market is really tight right now. Have you looked at other neighborhoods? Not yet. I'm trying to stay close to my school since I don't like commuting. What about just north of here? It's not much further, and I've heard apartments are cheaper there. I might have to try it. There's very little available on a student's budget around here. I can put you in touch with a friend of mine. He's a real estate agent and can probably get you a deal. What can be inferred from the conversation? A, that the woman is a student. We know that because she's trying to stay close to her school. So right there, you know she's a student, since I don't like commuting. So A is clearly your best answer. The rest, they're just kind of unrelated or very wrong. So A is clearly the right answer. 45. What gorgeous furniture you have in your apartment. Is it antique? Yes, it was my great-grandmother's. My dad inherited it, and now I have it. It's in remarkably good shape, considering how old it must be. To be honest, it wasn't in good shape when I got it, but it looks good now. I'll say, this stuff must be worth a fortune. I guess. But the sentimental value is actually worth more to me than the monetary. Monetary is just another word for the money value, the dollar value. Question, what can be inferred from the conversation? So what do we know? What can we guess from this conversation? A, the woman loves collecting antiques. No, she just keeps the one antique because it was from her family, from her grandmother. B, the woman's grandmother was rich. No, we don't know if she was rich. We have no way of knowing that. We just know that the grandmother gave her an antique, but it doesn't tell us if she was rich or not, so B is wrong. C, the furniture had to be repaired. Yeah, We can guess that the things had to be repaired because they weren't in good shape, because they were too old. And D, the woman paid a fortune for restoration. No, we don't know exactly how much she paid, and to her, the sentimental value is more valuable than the money, so she probably didn't pay that much. 46. Though soccer is the most popular sport in the world, Americans have failed to embrace it. Several efforts have been made to market soccer to Americans and increase their interest in the sport, including the creation of a professional soccer league and placement of league teams. Throughout the country, despite this, and attempts to generate strong interest in popular European teams, Americans still show a strong preference for sports like baseball, basketball, hockey, and American football, all of which outrank soccer for fan support. Very true. What's the main idea? So this is a main idea question. We can usually get it from just the first two lines, the first two sentences. So the first two sentences are, just the first sentence. Though soccer is the most popular sport in the world, Americans have failed to embrace it. So right there, it tells you that Americans don't like soccer, or it's not popular. So A, soccer is unpopular in America. Very true. The whole thing is about how soccer is the lowest ranking sport in the US, which is true. Americans don't care about soccer so much. The number one is American football, then basketball and baseball. Those are the top three. 47. City Life magazine is your key to fun and excitement. Whether you are looking for the most popular current events, new and exotic restaurants, or just a relaxing place to meet some friends, City Life is your one and only guide. Published weekly, City Life provides up-to-date listings for all activities and venues within the city as well as in the suburbs. So if you're looking for something new and different this weekend, or you are new to town and need to know the best places to go, pick up a copy of City Life magazine today. What is the purpose of this passage? Well, it's all about City Life magazine, almost like an advertisement. It's selling itself. So A, to promote local events. No, they're not promoting. They have a list of events, but they're promoting the magazine. They're not promoting events. They're promoting the magazine, which has many events. So A is wrong. B, to generate advertising. No, it is an advertisement. It's not generating advertising. It's trying to generate sales. So the purpose of an advertisement is to make sales, to make money. So people buy the magazine. So B is wrong. C, to advertise a local magazine. Yeah, the whole thing is just an advertisement for City Life magazine. So C is your best answer. D, to encourage eating out. No, not quite. It's encouraging you to read the magazine, not to eat out. So D is wrong. Number 48. A free weekend photography workshop is being held October 24th and 25th at the Lawndale Community Arts and Culture Center in order to participate in the workshop. Please register in person at the center no later than October 10th. Please also keep in mind that this is a popular workshop and space is limited. All students are asked to come prepared with their own cameras and comfortable walking shoes, suitable for both wilderness and city terrain. It is also requested that all students be at least 16 years of age. Question: what's required of participants in the workshop? So what do they need? A, previous photography experience. No experience necessary. It's just a workshop. So they're there to learn. They don't need experience. So A is wrong. B, owning their own camera. Yeah, All students are asked to come prepared with their own cameras and comfortable walking shoes. So they need cameras, good walking shoes, and they need to be 16 years of age. So B is the best answer. C, being fit enough to hike rigorous terrain. No, they didn't say rigorous terrain, they just said they'd be outside, so C is wrong. D, availability on the weekends. No, they just need to be available for the one course, not all weekends, so D is wrong. Again, they need to just have walking shoes and their own camera and be 16 years of age, so B fits that. 49. Most people think of aloe vera as a sunburn treatment without realizing its other therapeutic and health benefits. Aloe can help heal many different skin wounds and infections by providing soothing antibacterial agents. Aloe is also safe to consume and has been shown to significantly help people with chronic intestinal conditions. Additionally, some research has shown that regular consumption of aloe can effectively reduce blood sugar levels in diabetic patients. It may even be useful in treating and preventing lung and other forms of cancer. What's the purpose of this passage? Well, it's all about aloe vera. A, to offer a warning about aloe vera. A warning? It's not saying aloe vera is dangerous, it's saying it's great, it helps you, it makes you healthy. So A is completely wrong. Aloe vera is not dangerous. B, to give advice on treating skin conditions. They mention how it can help treat skin conditions, but that's not what it's about. The purpose is to give you information about aloe vera. It's saying it can do this, and this, and this. Skin conditions is just one thing. So B is wrong. C, to provide information about the benefits of aloe vera. Yes. The whole thing is a list of all the benefits, all the good things you can get from aloe vera. So C is the best answer. D, to make excuses for poor treatment of various illnesses. They're not making excuses, they're just listing why aloe vera is so great. So C is your best answer. Okay, 50. Commercial fishing is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Fishermen face a wide range of hazards during the course of their work. Often the weather at sea can change quickly, leaving boats at the mercy of the elements. The elements means the weather, the sea, the fire, the wind. Much of the fishing equipment can be cumbersome and dangerous as well. Large metal traps, fish hooks, and ropes present ever-present hazards to busy and often fatigued workers on deck. In short, fishing can be a lucrative job, but the downside is much greater risk of injury or death than most other occupations. Lucrative music can make lots of money. So, question. What's the topic of this passage? So what's the whole thing about? Well, since it's a topic question, we can look at the first two sentences. Commercial fishing is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Fishermen face a wide range of hazards during the course of their work. So it's about fishermen, commercial fishing. And the second line says hazards. Another word for hazards is dangers. So A, the dangers of commercial fishing. You can get that from the first two lines. B, the hazards of living at sea. Living? They're just working at sea. They don't live in the sea, so B is wrong, because they're working, not living. C, the depletion of global fish supplies. They're not debating fish supplies, they're debating the dangers, or they're talking about the dangers of commercial fishing, so C is wrong. And D, the unpredictability of recent weather. Well, they do mention that weather is dangerous, and they mention the elements, how they can harm the fishermen, but that's just one small thing. It's not the topic. The topic is about everything that's dangerous in commercial fishing. So A. 51. Insomnia is characterized as a persistent difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. This disorder varies in severity and can last for days or weeks in some, to months and even years in others. Aside from feeling tired and lacking energy, the long-term effects of insomnia can be harmful to everyday life. Sufferers are often unable to function properly at work or school because they become forgetful and unable to focus. Those with persistent insomnia should consult a doctor for help. And the question is, what could be the title of this passage? Well, the whole thing's about insomnia and what characterizes it and how it hurts people and how it changes you. So, A, insomniacs are a threat in the workplace. No, they're not threatening. It just implies that they might not be the best workers, but that's not a threat. So A is wrong. B, symptoms and effects of insomnia. Yeah, that's the best one because it tells you what the symptoms are, not sleeping for months, weeks, years, and it makes you fatigued and forgetful, so you work less. So it's symptoms and effects. B is your best answer. C, medical help for insomnia. It doesn't talk about the medical help. It just tells us what insomnia is and how it affects the person. So C is wrong. D, health benefits of insomnia. Well, it only lists negative things, not benefits. So this is wrong. 51 or 52. In local news, police are still investigating the theft of physical education equipment from several area schools. Some of the items taken include basketballs and baseball equipment, as well as mats and protective gear. All the thefts appear to have taken place in the early hours of the morning. Although the motives behind these thefts are still unclear, police say they are questioning potential suspects. Police request anyone with any information to contact the station, and they assure any informants of complete anonymity. What can be inferred about the speaker? A, she's a concerned community member. No, because she's talking about the news, so it's probably not just a community member. She's probably on TV or a writer in a newspaper, so A is wrong. B, she is in law enforcement. No, again, this sounds like a news broadcast. So she's probably in some form of media. So C, she's a member of the media. Yeah, the whole thing is spoken like a news broadcast. In local news, police are still investigating the theft of physical education equipment from schools. So she's telling us the news, which means she's a member of the media. It could be written media, or it could be television media. D, she has knowledge of the crime. She knows the reports, but that's just one small thing. Everybody will have knowledge if she's broadcasting what they know. So C is the most clear answer. She's a member of the media telling us the news. 53. When people think of America, the first image that comes to mind is often the Statue of Liberty. This majestic statue is located on Ellis Island in New York Harbor and is designated a national monument. Some people are unaware that the statue was presented to the United States as a gift from France and was built to symbolize friendship, freedom, and democracy. The statue was built in France and shipped to the United States. It was officially dedicated in 1886 and has since served as a beacon of hope to generations of immigrants coming to America in search of freedom, liberty, and a life of opportunity. Question: where was the Statue of Liberty built? So, many people think it was built in the US, but it's not true. It was built in France as a gift. So all these locations are in the US: Ellis Island, United States, New York Harbor. But it was built in France. 54. Also, I believe it was built by the same man that built the Eiffel Tower, or designed the Eiffel Tower. I forget his name though. 54. With the increasing popularity of text messaging amongst today's youth, an entirely new vocabulary has evolved. Due to the limited space on the average mobile phone for entering text, users have developed a complex system of abbreviations and codes that are intended to represent phrases, sentences, and ideas. Widespread use of these codes in text messaging has resulted in their use in everyday speech. Some have even argued that these are essentially new words and should be included in current editions of dictionaries. Question: what can be inferred about today's youth? Well, the whole thing is talking about a new way of sharing information because of new technology. So A, they live a slow-paced life. No, they're talking about using mobile phones and quickly texting. So A is wrong. B, they adapt to technology quickly. Yes. So because of the new technology, they've created a new way to talk to each other with the short texts. So B is the best answer. C, they are overly social. No, it only talks about the texting, not social overtones. So C is wrong. D, they're slow to learn new words. No, the evidence here says that they're quick to make new ones, which would imply that they're fast to learn new words. So D is wrong. 55. A special breed of adventurers and thrill seekers enjoy an activity known as base jumping. This is a particularly dangerous form of parachuting as it is done close to the ground. BASE is actually an acronym for the places participants jump from. It stands for buildings, antennas, spans such as bridges, and the earth. Individuals climb with their packed parachutes to the top of a cliff or a high bridge and jump off. The parachutes are immediately released as the distance to impact is quite short. What can be inferred about base jumpers? Well, they're jumping off of cliffs and spires and bridges, which is really exciting. So if they do that a lot, we can guess that they probably like extreme excitement. Very scary, extreme excitement. So A is your best answer. B, they have a lot of free time. We don't know if they have free time. They might have a little bit of free time that they just use to base jump. So B is not a good answer. C, they don't care about life. Nothing says that they're suicidal. It's just, if they didn't care about life, they would not bring the parachutes. They want to live, so C is wrong. D, they are inexperienced at skydiving. Well, this is different. This skydiving is not the same as base jumping. So maybe some base jumpers are good skydivers, maybe some aren't. So again, this is too unrelated. So A, we can guess that they like extreme excitement. 56. Egypt is the most wonderful country to visit. The rich history of the region and the people make for a fascinating and educational experience. Of course, everyone knows the history of ancient Egypt and has seen pictures of the Great Pyramids. But only a trip to Egypt can truly convey the magnitude of these iconic structures. They are an absolutely breathtaking sight. You must also visit Cairo, where the bustle and energy of local markets is truly a feast for the senses. This dynamic land should be at the top of everyone's travel list. Question: which statement would the speaker most likely agree with? So what would the speaker agree with? Well, she's very pro-vacationing in Egypt. So A, you must be extremely careful or extra careful in Egypt. Well, she never said anything about dangers. She's saying all the good things about Egypt. So A doesn't match. She probably won't agree with that. B, there are too few things to see in Egypt. No, she says the opposite. She says that there's a rich culture and history and so many things to see, the pyramids and all that. So B is the opposite. B He's wrong. C, Egypt is an exciting place to visit. Yeah, she says, wonderful. So many things to see and do. So that implies that it's exciting. She would agree with that. D, Egypt is too fast-paced for most visitors. Well, she doesn't say anything about whether it's slow or fast. She just talks about how great it is and all the things to do. So this is kind of off topic. So C is your best answer. 57, tomatoes. Tomatoes and tomato-based dishes are a popular staple of the American diet. But this was not always so. In the past, tomatoes were thought to be poisonous. They were once known as love apples and grown decoratively in yards and gardens, but never eaten. Former American president and founding father Thomas Jefferson is often credited with dispelling the myth that tomatoes were poisonous, following a trip to Europe where he saw them being regularly consumed. Today, people couldn't imagine a world or a diet without the tomato. Question: how were tomato plants once used? So this is a fact-finding question. We have to look back into the story. So A, to make poisons. No, tomatoes aren't poisonous, so they weren't used to make poisons. It was just a misconception, so A is wrong. B, to fall in love. No, they were called love apples, but that was just a nickname. They didn't actually make you fall in love. And C, as decoration, yeah. So people thought they could not eat them, so they hung them up as decorations. So C is your best answer. D, as a gift for visitors. No, they never said anything about giving them as gifts. So that's not correct. 58. When one thinks of popular culture in Korea, b-boy dancers often come to mind. This popular form of dance has exploded in recent years in Korea, and Korean dancers are respected and admired throughout the world. The exuberant freestyle of b-boy dance is typically matched with hip-hop music. Dancers square off and battle to see who has the most skillful, expressive, and complex moves. Organized b-boy competitions in which individuals or groups have the chance to compete for the title of champion are also common. What can be inferred about b-boys? What can we guess about b-boys? They have a violent culture. Dancing isn't really violent, so A's wrong. They never mention any fighting. They have dance competitions, but they're not hitting each other, they're just dancing, so A's wrong. B, they are trained in many different styles of dance. That sounds like it could be true, but in this passage, they don't talk about the different kinds of dancing or different styles, so it's kind of unrelated, so we don't know, so B's wrong. C, they get little respect from young people. No, it's very popular, so it would be the opposite, so C's wrong. And D, they're creative people, yeah, so if they're making their own expressions and moves, that would mean that they're creative, because they're making it up. So D is our best answer. 15 on. In recent years, the practice of whaling has come under severe public scrutiny. During a recent whaling season, Japanese boats hunting the minke whale were dogged by ships manned by anti-whaling activists, and even by naval vessels from countries near the hunting grounds. These activists believe whales to be highly intelligent creatures, and the continued practice of whaling to be barbaric and antiquated. Whaling nations, however, assert their right to continue the practice in moderation, as a matter of tradition. Question: why do activists object to whaling? So why do people say whaling's wrong? Why do they fight for the whales? Well, they say here that that's because whales are intelligent animals, and that it's wrong to kill them. So A, whales are intelligent animals. That's why the activists fight for the whales. B, most whales are very slow moving. That's not why they want to protect them. C, whaling ships are antiquated. That's just kind of completely unrelated, so C's wrong. And D, whaling nations are too traditional. That might be something they can think of, but in the story it mentions the intelligence of the animal, so A is the best answer. 60. Owning a home can be a lot of work. As individual homeowners are solely responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of their property. If something breaks, the owner must buy a replacement and pay for repairs, or repair it themselves if they know how. Most houses also have some kind of yard which must be maintained by mowing the grass or landscaping. This can consume a good amount of one's free time. There's also a high cost of homeowner insurance and local property taxes to be considered. Houses represent a lot of cost and responsibility. Very true. Question. Where would the speaker most likely want to live? Well, he doesn't paint a good picture of owning a home. He says it's expensive and a lot of work and responsibility because of the taxes and the upkeep. So he probably does not want to live there from his attitude. So A, in a large house. No, it's the opposite. He says houses are not good to live in because it's too expensive, too much work. So A is wrong. B, in the country. Okay, in the country, that just means not in the city. So in the country, he could have an apartment or a house. But here we're talking about houses or not houses. So this is off topic. We want to know whether to be in a house or not. So B is incorrect. C, in an apartment. Yeah, an apartment would be good for him because an apartment has low property taxes, if any, and it has a lower cost. And there's less work to be done because you don't have a big yard. So C, he'd prefer the apartment. D, in the suburbs, again, the suburbs doesn't specify a house or apartment. They're both houses and apartment in suburbs. This just means whether it's urban or not urban, or in between. So again, it's off topic. So C is your best answer.
Warren?
Yes.
If you don't mind, would you like student ask a question or speak their opinion to you?
Sure, I'd like to do that.
예언아, 예언이부터 시작할 건데 워렌 선생님한테 한마디씩 질문을 하거나 정 할 말이 없으면 Thank you, Warren 또는 Have a nice weekend 해도 돼. 그런데 뭐 질문은 간단한 거, 뭐 어떤 거 좋아하는지, 나이는 몇 살인지, 뭐 여자친구가 있는지, 어느 나라 사람인지 간단하게 질문 하나씩 정 할 거 없다 그러면 Thank you, Warren 하면 되겠습니다. 예언이부터. Yes.
Before we do that, I want to say a couple things.
Yes.
So, just in general test taking, not just the TEPS, when you have a lot of topic, like this long comprehension, something to read or listen to, if you can see the question first, read the question first, so you know what exactly to look for. So that's just for all tests. And then in these tests, when you're listening, pay close attention to the first two sentences. Because half the time, that'll give you the answer for the main topic questions. All you need is the first two words. But if the question is not a main topic or what it's about, then you should also keep in mind the specifics. Okay.
이해했지 얘들아? 누가 설명할래? 선생님이 설명해? 준태 얘기해봐. 뭐라고 그러셨어?
네? 아이고 제 귀가
아까도 그 듣기 수업하시기 전에 원래 선생님이 설명을 해주셨는데 우리가 두 가지 경우가 있다고 했었잖아, 그렇지? 그래서 메인 토픽 할 때는 어떻게 읽으라고 그랬어? 처음부터 끝까지 아니면 앞에 두 문장이야? 메인 토픽. 그렇지. 그런데 purpose나 그래 목적을 할 때는 전체적으로 오케이. 그래 그 말씀 계속 해주시는 거야. 중요한 부분이야. 오케이. 예언이부터.
Thank you, you too.
나리 시간 있으니까 빨리 질문 생각해. 질문.
You can say anything or any question. You should talk. We've got some time. Use your English. Any questions? I have a question for you. So in one question in the book, they talked about the most popular sports in America. And soccer is not popular. But in Korea, what are the biggest sports?
한국에서 가장 유명한 스포츠 뭐야? 환상하는 거. Soccer. And baseball. Soccer and baseball.
Soccer and baseball?
Yeah.
Just those two? Anything else? What's the
농구는 어때? Basketball. 농구는.
Basketball's not popular here. What about American football? Do they play that?
Nope.
Ice hockey?
Not really.
Ping pong, tennis?
Just in order.
Oh, I know one that is popular here that you're all forgetting. It might even be Korea's #1 sport.
What is it?
Golf.
Ah.
Golf. I remember one year, the top 10 female golfers in the world were all Korean.
Yeah.
How about me?
How about what?
Male.
Male? I don't know. I just remember the female listing. But I know that right now in Los Angeles, they have a new pitcher from Korea. Pitcher. The thrower for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Ryungji. Yeah.
He's good.
나니? 없으면 땡큐. 우리 시간 없어.
You're welcome.
유진이.
You're welcome. You can all say it together. Not to go one by one.
시온이.
What university did you graduate?
I went to the Claremont colleges in Los Angeles.
Okay, 주택.
What's your favorite sport?
Ice hockey.
Do you play?
I used to.
아, 예, I heard that. 정배. 그래, 질문이 나오니까 얼마나 좀 대화가 좀 화기애애해지냐, 어? 정배.
Have a cool day.
주한이.